Welcome to Source Not Found, a show about the worst versions of your favorite things. Every other week we explore an IP, franchise, or fandom by way of its sequels, spin-offs, and side projects. Basically anything but the source material. I'm Brandon June, and I'd tell you to fasten your seatbelts, but I was too cheap to buy any.
And my name is Beau Woodall, and I am Jet Li's very sharp facial hair.
Okay, you're bringing it up now. I was going to bring it up later. Here it is. He looks fucking great.
Yeah, he really does.
Oh my god. I haven't felt this strongly about facial hair since maybe Galahad.
Okay, he's not that great. He's not that great.
No, this strongly sense. Like, that's still, yes,
okay,
the pinnacle.
okay.
But he's ranking.
It was
he
good.
He can hang out with the order and just fit right in.
Definitely. Yeah. I could see him being like an Asian order member of the round table.
Yeah, and the sequels we never had. But we're not talking about the Order 1886.
We're not
today.
And how sad it is that we don't have a sequel. No, we're not talking about that at all.
We're talking about the franchise that did get sequels.
A lot of sequels, yeah.
Maybe more than it needed. But we're talking The Mummy.
Today we are talking The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I don't even think they call it The Mummy 3, but The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, released in August of 2008. A direct sequel from The Mummy Returns, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. So, let's get the numbers out of the way, because I think we're going to have a lot to say about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
August 1st, 2008, it was released. Budget, $145 million, which, kind of decent for the time. U.S. gross, $102 million. Worldwide, $403 million. I think that was mostly due to Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So, the opening weekend, this is the first Mummy movie to not open at number 1.
Oh, really?
It was beaten by The Dark Knight.
It should have been.
It should have been. Yeah, absolutely. Number 3 was Step Brothers. 4 was a fan favorite of the podcast, Mamma Mia. And another Brendan Fraser joint, Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Wow. Brendan, all right.
Yeah, he had a great year.
All right. Mamma Mia. That's a... Sorry, I had to...
That was actually all right.
Cut it.
So I just wanted to toss this...
I'm glad to be Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I'm very glad.
Just wanted to toss this out there your way. This was made for almost double of what it took to make The Mummy Returns, which made me clutch my pearls and gasp, because absolutely fuck off this movie.
Okay, hey, so we're here.
Synopsis?
Well, I was going to say just our background with The Mummy, because you're a big fan.
Oh, yeah, I'm a giant fan. I think these movies are... Well, okay, I think The Mummy and The Mummy Returns are maybe 2 of my favorite adventure films ever made.
I loved the first one when I saw it. I was very young. I had it on VHS, watched it many times. The Mummy Returns, I've seen exactly one time when it came out in the theater. So it's been a very long time.
It's been a hot minute. Yeah, because I think that was 2002.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in middle school, right? No, I guess was it 2002? Maybe it came out a little later than even I thought. Okay. Well, I was going to say, like, it hit me at an age where I want to say I was in...
I take it back.
Like, late middle school or...
2001. Yeah. 2001.
Okay. Because I have a distinct memory of being on the middle school bus, I thought, and, like, bitching about it, like, how shitty the Scorpion King looked with my friends who also saw it that weekend, of, like, the bad CG.
Yeah.
I want to say the movie hit, like, there was a certain age, and I want to say it was mostly in high school, where I developed more of an appreciation for, like, B movies and just bad movies and, like...
Sure. Yeah.
Being okay with just, like, goofy stuff. I want to say a lot of it is due to my love of Evil Dead, where, like, I was so in on that first movie because I thought it was an awesome, raw, visceral horror film. And then I watched the second one and it's like, well, I'm already in. This is a little different tonally. it's getting a little sillier with it. And then by the time we get to Army of Darkness, I'm like, oh, I love this, but it's goofy as shit. And I think from there, I just like, I kind of want more Bruce Campbell and just more Bruce Campbell adjacent things. So I want to say when I first saw The Mummy Returns, I didn't have the appreciation for camp that I would develop later in life. So I don't have a good memory of the movie, but I have not gone back to appreciate it with that newer lens, you know. I say newer, it's been decades, you know. But I wanted to roll through them, but they're just not really like available to watch anywhere right now. So, and I wasn't going to pay, you know, over $10 to watch 3 Mummy movies. I'm sorry. I have limits. The Mormon streaming service, they haven't picked up The Mummy yet. So
come on, BYU, get it together.
Get it together. If you need to, I don't know, put a little extra gauze on the cleave, you know, wrap the mummies up a little bit higher.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do it. I'll accept it.
You don't have to show Anoxuna Moon's ankles. You don't.
I mean, they're showing more than that. I remember that much. I remember being kind of sensual, right?
There are moments. Scene is
like,
yeah. There's a lot of body paint, a lot of gold and black body paint. Yeah. For
me at that age, it was sexy. But anyway, all that to say, sorry. I've never seen this movie until now. First time.
So I watched The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, I would say twice a year at least. I haven't seen this movie since I think it was released in theaters.
All right.
I remember having some strong negative feelings about it. And I'm going to get into those. I actually have a big theory as to why I fucking hate this movie so much.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this theory.
Interesting. I'm going to blow your mind right now.
Okay.
Because when I was getting ready to watch this, and I've heard how bad it is, and you told me, I know about your Mummy fandom, and you told me you and your wife, Kaylin, like, when you told her that we were going to cover The Mummy, she's like, okay, when are we watching through the Mummy movies? Like, oh, but no, it's the third one. And she's basically like, oh, okay, good luck with that. I'll watch the first 2, but I'm out.
Yeah. She did suffer through with me. She did suffer through with
really?
me. Yeah. I mean, she's a trooper, man.
Here's the thing, man. I had a pretty good time.
I fucking knew it. I told her you were going to do this to me. I fucking knew it.
I kind of like The Mummy 3.
God damn it. Oh,
it's not good, but maybe my expectations were so low.
Okay. I will say this. There are a couple of parts of the movie that I genuinely enjoyed. And I want to get to those. But first, a synopsis.
The Yeti field goal, right?
It was, actually. Yes, it was.
Really? Okay.
Dude, I loved the Yeti. If they would have gone that silly with it, the whole movie, I would have loved it. So, synopsis.
Yes.
We open, like we did in The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, we open far in the past. We're opening in China. We're opening to this emperor of China who slowly becomes so. And he basically buries people under the Great Wall that he makes. And he conquers and pillages and executes anyone who does not agree with his rule. He wants immortality, though. And he meets Michelle Yeoh, a witch, who tells him that she can find immortality with this book or whatever. He hires his general to find Michelle Yeoh, and they kind of fall in love. And then he fucking murks his general. Michelle Yeoh curses him and turns him and his army into the terracotta warriors that are kind of famous-ish.
I will say murking him is a bit of a, like, it's not just a murk.
He drawn and quartered, yeah.
Yeah, just, oof.
It's bad.
Oof.
So here's a problem. The version of this movie that I got didn't have subtitles.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So
what?
I figured all this stuff out just through context.
Wait. What version of the movie do you have?
So, my buddy Nermal has the Blu-ray of it or whatever and uploaded it to a server, and I watched it streaming, And apparently
Yeah.
it did not have subtitles. So that was a difficult thing.
Oh, man. That's
Yeah.
a lot. Like, there's only certain portions of the movie where it's really important, but the opening exposition voiceover narration setup background for this movie is 9 minutes and 50 seconds long. I timed it.
Yeah. Luckily,
it's a big
the
portion
background
of the movie.
narration is in English. The dialogue is noticeably not. So
I guess you could kind of intuit a lot of that. It's like, oh, they're touching fingers as they're looking through the library.
Yeah. I mean,
sensual.
it's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah. It's not a complex film.
No, it's not. Fast forward to, I think it's 1944.
I think 46.
46. My numbers are bad today. Sorry, gang.
I might be wrong about that. I thought they said something that put in 46, but I might be wrong.
Maybe it is 46. Anyway, we join back up with Rick O'Connell and Evie, his wife, Evelyn O'Connell, and their son, Alex. Long story short, they want to try to keep the Dragon Emperor from rising and becoming immortal along with his terracotta army. They go to the Himalayas, they visit Shangri-La, and then there's a honestly disappointing fight at the end. They save the day, of course they do, and they even tease a sequel, which honestly kind of glad. I mean, they did the Tom Cruise one instead of the Mummy 4, which is okay. So there are going to be some trivia corners interspersed through the episode. The Mummy 4 was supposed to take place in Peru, which is why Evie's brother Jonathan's like, I'm getting out of China. I'm going to Peru with my big blue diamond. And it was going to be The Mummy 4 Rise of the Aztec. Here's the problem. The Aztec didn't live in Peru. They lived in Mexico / Central America. It would have been Rise of the Inca, but apparently they really wanted it to be Aztec and set in Peru, and then it got canceled. I just that mindset makes me feel about this movie some things.
Yeah, that's actually, I have some points that perfectly encapsulates and bolsters. Why not just fucking change the setting then if you're so adamant about making it Aztec?
Yeah, just
culture.
Set it in the Yucatan.
Is it because they already teased Peru? Like they fucked up at the end of this one with like the tease? Because they could easily have him just like travel again or something.
My guess is they wanted to go to like Chichen Itza. Maybe. But like you could also go to the Temple of the Sun in Mexico, right? You could do Maya. You could do like, there are some really great cultures that you could use.
Or do an Indiana Jones thing where you kind of hop around a little bit. Like you have a leg of the movie here and then you move on and
So
that's frustrating.
Yeah. So they made the Tom Cruise one instead that tried to kick off the Universal Dark Universal Monsters, whatever
it's so
series.
When you say it aloud. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
Does it have anything to do with the setup that you just laid out, or is it just completely independent? Like
it's they gave Tom Cruise kind of like carte blanche to make the movie more of a Tom Cruise action film. So, and this is what I wanted to really talk about with this film. My kind of theory. So The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, I love very, very much. Because they are a genre of film that I don't see a lot, but when I do, I very much enjoy them. Army of Darkness is one of them. The Mummy and The Mummy Returns are horror action movies. The Mummy especially is horrific. It is a horror movie first and an action movie second.
Yeah.
This is an action comedy.
Yes.
This is an action-adventure, action comedy movie. And they also didn't get Steven Sommers back to direct. So you don't get the guy who knows how these characters work. They also got different writers. They got Go and Millar, who wrote fucking everything in the late aughts. So it was all very samey when it comes to action comedies, action adventure movies.
Yeah. They got a different Evie.
Oh my God. Look, I love Maria Bello. I think she's a wonderful actress. You cannot
Not
replace this. There was the amount or lack thereof of chemistry between Evie and Rick made me so sad. Like,
we just need someone to be bound and gagged, bring a little heat to it.
Maybe.
That's not a callback we should do.
No, it's not. No.
I shouldn't even. That's not fair. You had nothing. You didn't touch that.
Nope.
I will say, like, I didn't know that Rachel Weisz wasn't in this movie. I didn't know. So
shock and awe, baby.
I will say, like, I wasn't happy about it, but you're at her book reading, and then someone asks a question, like, is the character based on you or whatever? And then you get the response from the author, like, honestly, I can say she's a completely different person. And she drops the codex in front of her face and like, oh shit, it really is a completely different person. Like, that's actually very, if you had to switch her up, it's a very clever, funny reveal. But
for an action comedy, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just like in the moment, like, oh, whoa, what, that got me. But then, oh, yeah, that's, bummer.
Just, like, Evie and Rick are one of my favorite, like, duos on screen when it comes to action. Like, they're up there with, nope, better than that. They are maybe the top for me. Like,
really?
they are a great couple. Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser have incredible chemistry together. I just, it made me so mad. But it's just, for me, the main thing that made me have kind of this theory about this not even having an aspect of what the first two were charming for me, like, in regards to.
Yeah.
You have the backstory of the Dragon Emperor, right? You have, like, the terracotta, like, leaking out of his eyes, and you have all of his soldiers just, like, becoming these statues. Mummies, one might say. Cool. We're right where we used to be with the Mummy 1 and the Mummy 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're on the same, on the same boat. This is great. The next scene, Rick O'Connell gets a fucking fishing hook stuck in his neck and then shoots his gun into the water several times to bring home trout that Evie breaks her tooth on. Like, immediate slapstick bullshit with no, like, semblance or depth to reintroducing the characters. Instead, they're making them goofy. It's just, Rick O'Connell as a character in The Mummy 1 and The Mummy 2 is a lot of things. But I don't think he was ever goofy. And he is goofy a lot in this movie.
He's pretty goofy.
Like, Brendan Fraser is charming as hell, but...
Oh, yeah. He's great the whole way through, even though maybe it's not always appropriate to the character. He makes it work to at least a certain degree. Just because of his natural charm. To your point about the horror, though, like, that fly fishing lure stuck in his neck is probably the most horrific thing that happens in the movie.
Yep, it's probably.
Oh, God, they really, like, they dwell on it. Him just, like, trying to pull the barbs from his neck skin. Like, Jesus, why are we doing all this? Like, that, we just had the scene you mentioned where, like all, like, the mummy's melting, but, like, the bad CG, it's like, the dude turns into the chocolate fondue fountain from Golden Corral. Like, it looks goofy. And all the moments of, like, maybe horror or, like, fantasy are so, like, poorly rendered that, like, the things that stick out are that. And I want to say when they delve into the tomb for the first time and they set off all the traps and the one guy gets, like, his face melted off.
Yeah.
And it's pretty grotesque. Like, aside from that and the fly fishing, yeah, I don't know. But okay, he's goofy, but, like, getting your lure stuck in the trees and then just, like, getting so frustrated that you just kind of want to unload your magazine into the river and fuck off, like, that's That's a very relatable fishing experience to me.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I'm not Rick
I
O'Connell.
relate to him in that moment.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's why I like this more than I thought. I find the first half, like, I have issues throughout. It's, again, not good. But what they're going for and the setup in the first half is actually pretty compelling. I like returning to our duo years later and them, like, sort of coasting off of the success of their adventures in the first two films and, like, having a hard time settling into the just, like, banality of normal life.
So,
like, having dinner at home again.
I get that. I love that.
Yeah.
But there's a small problem with it. This banality is brand new to them. They are recently retired spies.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they spied through the entirety of World War II, and they're just now starting to settle down and get bored. So, for me, this isn't a couple who, like, are trying to explore their kind of, like, golden years 15 years after the Mummy, or, 12, I think it's 12 years after Imhotep was defeated. No, they've been running and gunning ever since. They've been living a life of, like, batshit crazy action, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see that movie. Like I get the setup. I get why we're doing it. I get the fact that they were probably trying to introduce the son as the next Rick O'Connell, like.
Yeah, and I'm not interested.
That's not happening. No. Don't care.
Oh, man, he sucks. Oh,
so
he
bad.
Sucks.
He sucks so bad. But it's just, most of the time, if you and I disagree about a movie, especially if it's one that I hate vehemently, and you are kind of just like okay with, like, yeah, it's a bad movie, but I kind of had some fun with it. It's because they make the biggest mistake I think a film can do for me. And that is desecration of character. The characters of Rick and Evie are not Rick and Evie in this movie. Like, you could have told me that it was Brendan Fraser and Maria Bello playing different characters, and I probably would have been completely fine with the first half of the film.
That might be why we feel very differently about it, because I don't have the attachment to them as characters, and what I remember them, like, I do notice a change, but what I'm noticing is, like, not quite syncing up to my memory of a film character that I last engaged with, again, like 24, 25 years ago, right?
Right.
So, like, it's not fresh, like, oh, Rick wouldn't do this. Like, oh, yeah, that seems kind of goofy and slapstick, but maybe I can see the character getting there, whereas if I had watched them recently, maybe I would have more of a hang-up about that. But I definitely get what you're saying, and actually, it's kind of weird, and I don't know why they chose to take the characters there so suddenly. Like, you're still, like, it'd been, what, so 7 years since the last Mummy movie, which is a long time, right?
Yeah.
This was 2008. So I get it. Now looking back, like, this is kind of the setup I would expect pulling something out for a reboot or like a sequel, like, say, where Indiana Jones is currently, like a Dial of Destiny kind of situation. Like, that level of, like, oh, our actors are really old and they can't do what they used to do, so we need to write for that.
Instead, Brendan Fraser is still in his prime. I mean, this is the only Mummy movie where he takes his shirt off.
And he's looking good.
He's ripped to shit, dude. He looks great. But
I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, oh, man, like, George of the Jungle is about as, like, that's the peak, but he's not very far removed from that in 2008. Holy hell.
And that's, that's 11 years later.
He was a hunk.
It's just, I guess, the big thing with this desecration of character, and then I'm going to stop talking about it and we can move on. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Between The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, there is a noticeable amount of character evolution and growth. In the first Mummy movie, Evelyn is a librarian, and that's all she is. She is a librarian, and she specializes in ancient languages, hieroglyphics, Egyptology, that sort of thing. Brendan Fraser is an ex-Foreign Legion member. He's basically a soldier / cowboy / criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what they are. At the beginning of the second movie, Evie is starting to learn how to fight from Rick. They do archaeology together. They explore tombs together. And they get into some scrapes together. Like, when the bad Egyptologists show up in the second movie, they are recognized, you know? And in this movie, it doesn't seem like they have moved anywhere past that film. And it's been 12 years. And also, we don't have Arnold Vosloo as Imhotep, and we don't have Odit Fear as Ardet Bey, which are both criminal to me.
I do see your point there. However, we do have Liam Cunningham.
Dude, when I saw fucking Davros, I was like, all right. What the hell is he doing here?
I don't care what he's doing anywhere.
He looks young, man.
Yeah. I love him.
I do too.
I love him in anything I see him in, and then also, like, just in real life, his activism, like,
yeah,
dude is fucking based. Like,
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's just the character growth thing just makes me kind of sad. That's it. I mean, obviously,
that's fair.
There's only two people that came back for this movie. Brendan Fraser's Rick O'Connell and the brother whose name I can never... John Hannah. Yes, thank you.
Jonathan
as John Hannah. And there was a lot of Trivia Corner Mini, and there were a lot of questions initially as to why Rachel Weisz and Arnold Vosloo, because he was going to be a part of it. Imhotep was going to come back as like an unexpected ally to bring down the Dragon Emperor. But why did they turn down the movie? Initially, a lot of people were saying that Rachel Weisz didn't want to portray a woman who had a 21-year-old child. People also said that she didn't want to be away from her toddler for too long. It just came out that she hated the fucking script. She thought it sucked. And
yeah, she was still doing movies around that time, right?
She had 2 movies dropped that year. Yeah. The same year.
Maybe I'm way off. It's like The Fountain around that time, but maybe
something
not.
Like that. Yeah. And Arnold Vosloo was the same way. Like, I don't like this script. It's not a good script. It doesn't do our characters justice. And so the only people that they could pay to get back were John Hannah and Brendan Fraser.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have come back for it.
No. I think Brendan Fraser did because he wanted to make a third one to bring everybody back for a fourth one. There's no real...
if you don't have him...
This is all hearsay. Like, I have no idea if that is the case. If you don't have... Kaylin actually asked, like, do you think they would have even made it if he backed out? Would they try to recast everybody?
Yeah, I wonder. I almost thinking, would they try and make it like a side story? But what would you don't have any tether to anything at that point. You just have the franchise name, right?
Yeah. Okay,
speaking of that, also just all that aside, like, he does carry this movie. He carries this movie.
Almost single-handedly. It's him, Michelle Yeoh, for me.
Yeah. Not to say, like, there aren't some other, like, good performances or people to enjoy along the way. I just mean, like, to have all that on him, and, like, again, a subpar movie. It's really, there's not much here to work with. And he made it a pretty enjoyable time for me to just watch this for the first time. Well done. I'm so happy, like, we see some of these actors and actresses, like, kind of fade out, the spotlight. And sometimes a comeback is just, like, it's such a feel-good story. We had this with Keanu, right? Just the resurgence in popularity.
Yep.
And sort of collective realization of, like, what a treasure this person was. Brendan Fraser is one of those, man.
To me as well.
Yeah. Mummy 4, bring it on. I'm in. I don't care. This didn't dissuade me at
honestly,
all.
I would love to see them get back together. Like the whole fucking crew.
Oh yeah.
I would watch that
bring
movie.
Jet Li along. I don't care.
Yeah.
He was good. He did what he was supposed to do.
Like
when he wasn't turning into the fucking Golden Corral chocolate fountain. Like the first scene of him, like just the assassination attempt, and he's like, quote unquote, snoozing in his tent, and he just kicks up the sword and dispatches all of them. Like this is what he was brought in to do, and he's doing it. And I wish there were more of it. Get the cultures right. But yes, make Mummy 4, but don't do what you were gonna do.
Yeah,
or
don't do
fix
that.
it, because that's fucked. But yes.
So funny little thing about Jet Li, the reason we only see him alive, like for 15 minutes of the movie, maybe, is because he had something happen where he couldn't be on set all the time. I don't know if it was another film or if there was like scheduling issues or like a regional thing.
Okay.
So for the majority of the movie, they had him covered in terracotta. Or his character,
like
not him. Yeah, really bad.
The effects are so bad in this.
It amazes
I don't
me.
think there's a single one where I looked and thought, that looks good for 2008.
I didn't hate the Yeti. I did not hate the Yeti.
Oh, I thought, no.
It reminded me of like Underworld. You remember those movies?
No, yeah, I just, that gave me pause.
Yeah.
It's like, did Underworld look worse than I remember it looking? I remember it looking pretty good, but that's another one, like, I haven't seen it in about the same length of time. 2008. What do we have this year? Metal Gear Solid 4 came out in 2008.
Yeah.
Like, this is not keeping up with video games of the era.
No.
Some of these effects. It's looking like shit. But I remember the Mummy Returns looking like shit.
See, that's
so
the
it's
thing.
kind of a series staple.
This movie was made for almost $100 million more than The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, they didn't put it into the... I don't know what they put it into.
No. So, The Mummy Returns... So this movie was made for, what did I say? 145 million? 145 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything looks the way it looks. Okay, The Mummy Returns was over $50 million cheaper to make. And honestly, it looks better. The Rock doesn't... I mean, the Scorpion King doesn't look better when he comes out of that. Then it's just CGI'd Dwayne Johnson.
That's what I primarily remember. Yeah.
But like the practical effects with Imhotep and like some of the stop motion stuff they do with some of the mummies and like the Anubis warriors and stuff like that, some of it's decent in comparison to this.
I would love a breakdown on where that budget went. I'm wondering, like, who is more expensive, Jet Li or The Rock? Like,
Jet
The Rock
Li.
now is
Jet Li,
the
no
most
question.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, isn't The Rock one of the highest paid actors?
He is. Yeah.
Yeah. But like at this time, he wouldn't have been. Maybe, I don't know.
No, because when
he was a very popular wrestler, but
when The Mummy Returns came out, he was brand new to the beat. Like, to cinema, he was brand spanking new. You read things about like The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, and I know a couple of little trivia tidbits. One, if I'm not mistaken, The Mummy Returns was Dwayne Johnson's first appearance in a movie outside of a wrestling appearance. So,
oh, really?
So he was probably pretty cheap. Yeah.
I didn't remember that being the case. Okay. I thought of it as like a initial wave of him getting into movies, but I didn't realize.
Just like something that would have never happened for this movie. For The Mummy Returns, Rachel Weisz and Patricia Vasquez, who played Anck-su-namun, trained for 5 months for a fight scene to get it perfect. 5 months of training for a fight scene. No one in this movie trained for 5 days for a scene, let alone an extended period of hardcore training to do something right.
no writers or choreographers thought for more than 5 minutes to set anything up for our characters to do. There's really, like, I mentioned the initial, that's just kind of like, it's like putting Jet Li in a room with a sword and a couple of assassins, like, just do what you usually do.
Yeah.
And he does it well. But, like, that's the only thing in the movie that I remember actually, I remember thinking going in, like, oh, if we have a lot of that, Jet Li doing what he does best in this movie, that can make this really interesting. And then they just didn't make it interesting.
No, then
like,
they couldn't get Jet Li, so they're like, hey, we're going to have him throw fireballs and shit.
Even the final fist fight battle between Rick and the Emperor, like, is the dumbest, like, laziest brawl.
They do that like thing that was really big in the late aughts that's like shaky cam slow-mo combat.
Oh, it looks so bad. I hate it.
And it sucks, man. I hate it.
It's rough. Yeah, okay. I was bringing up this point earlier. The back half of this movie is dog shit.
Okay. Yeah,
truly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Except for the
Yeti.
The
first half... okay. It's wild to me that, like, I'm more positive on this than you, the Mummy fan, but then, like, the thing that you like...
Dude, if
this is weird.
It's
like,
it's this.
What we're getting out of this.
If they would have gone full fucking stupid for this whole movie,
yeah,
and just like the Yeti and have, I don't know, just have weird dragons and all sorts of just like horribly rendered CGI characters and creatures and people, I would have had more fun with it. The problem is, it was like, hey, we're going to take this franchise and these beloved characters seriously. No, wait. Let's shit on them for an hour and 57 minutes. Except during the Yeti fight, where it's just like fucking Yetis everywhere.
All right. The first half of this movie flirts with a lot of really compelling ideas, and there's some subtext there that I think is just purely accidental, but probably. I was getting something out of it. Yeah, probably, definitely, certainly. I'm reading too much into this movie. But I do like the setup of, again, returning to our heroes who have, like, they're bored, basically. They're bored with the lack of adventure in their lives. I find something there. And I like jumping around and revisiting, all of our two friends from previous adventures. But like going to Jonathan, I thought that was an interesting dimension where he's in Shanghai running an Egyptian themed bar as an Englishman.
Uh-huh.
It kind of reminded me of the Monty Python Meaning of Life middle age sketch where the tourists go out to eat in the dungeon room. Yeah. And it's a real Hawaiian food served in an authentic medieval English dungeon atmosphere. So what the fuck is this place? But yeah.
I will admit, Jonathan's character was the same. Like,
yeah, and
no change.
That's what he's supposed to be. He doesn't grow.
He was the only character written with respect to the previous version of that character, I think.
I love his character in this because I don't think, like, they're writing him, like, all of his little, like, quips and just aspects to, like, his character are supposed to be just, like, fun comic relief. But, like, I look at him as almost the perfect encapsulation of, like, the expat archetype.
Yeah.
Of, like, someone who leaves the West and goes to, it's often Asia, and it's just sort of like coasting on the imperial footprint of their home country, or like a very favorable exchange rate, or just being able to exploit a local culture and like get in there and just set up a bar or something and just like, live like a king, while not really engaging with or respecting the culture around them. I've met a lot of people like this, and they're the fucking worst. And he's the fucking worst. Yeah. He's
the
awful.
fact that the first thing he says when he sees the beauty that is Shangri-La is, I could make money here. a casino. And it's just like, yeah, that's Jonathan. That's Jonathan all over.
Oh my God. Okay, so this movie takes place in 1946, right?
Yep.
We've got, I think, I mean, I might be wrong about that, but I thought they said something about that. Or, I don't know, there's like hints of the Chinese Civil War, sort of. It doesn't get into anything around that, but that is going at the moment.
Right.
Like, because you had the invasion by Japan, and you had the reprieve, or like the Kuomintang and the communists just stopped fighting each other for a while. They didn't so much like join forces as really just both try to fight off the Japanese at the same time. And,
right.
Like stop fucking with each other, right? I don't know. There was a whole lot of coordination there. I'm not a historian or anything, so take all this with a grain of salt. But like it kicked back into high gear for like the last few years, like I think around 1946, for the remainder of the Civil War before the Kuomintang was driven off to Taiwan and the communists took power, right? And that idea too, like getting into, I don't know, something beneath the surface here that is not explored and I think just is there accidentally, but I saw it. So kind of liked it. The idea of wanting to bring back the emperor in this moment of civil war. I mean, they call it like this century of humiliation, right? You have China carved up by Western imperial powers, you know? Germany got a piece, France got a piece, Britain's in there, you know? And just like these people are under the thumb of Western imperialism. And then they're getting invaded by the Japanese empire, just from all sides. And internally, right, all that strife, like the communists and the Kuomintang fighting the Civil War. And moments like that, where like the national morale wanes and the populace is made to feel weak, there's always the danger of veering into like full-on fascism. And I think the oldest trick in the book for the fascists is like you recall the past triumphant age. You recall the heights of empire, like when we were on the ascent culturally. Culture was at its height, our best literature, you know, our best art, and our greatest national strength and unity, and maybe encapsulated in a strong ruler. And I thought, whoa, we have like sort of a subtext here about fascism, always under the surface, literally under the ground, with thousands of yet to be activated terracotta warriors. It's always the danger in a society like this that is, again, so degraded from outside forces. And then when they don't have any sort of national movement to like bring out their best selves, they veer into fascism, you know? They go back to the imperial legacy and they encapsulate it by this embodied original emperor, unifier of China, right?
Right.
But like fascism, it's a movement about just finding an outgroup. It's a movement about cruelty. They don't actually improve anyone's lives. It's all hollow. Like the terracotta warriors, ultimately hollow, always on the verge of fracturing, breaking apart, but still able to do a lot of damage before they degrade. And this is not what this movie is about. Can't believe I just went on for that long about it being a metaphor for, or like an allegory for fascism. It's not, but this is English major, like bullshitting.
Dude, I've had this conversation with a mustachioed man drinking Jaeger on the rocks.
I'm gonna start going out to just like coffee shops and just talking really audibly, just like, and just pontificating. Like, y'all don't understand. The Mummy 3 is very deep. It's a very deep film. You just don't get it. You normies don't get it, but I know. Those in the know.
Fascism and stuff.
There's all that. I don't know. There's just like, there's something there. It doesn't actually play with any of those ideas because it totally removes any, other than like the time setting and like the general stage that they set visually, they don't deal with any of the actual internal politics or events of China of that time.
No, not at all.
They just kind of like bring you into the glitz and glamour. Although on that point, man, when Rick and Evie arrive in Shanghai and they go up on the roof, there is a scene. Rick's in his overcoat and hat, fedora or whatever it is. You know hats. I don't, but
it was a fedora. Yeah.
Yeah. Evie's also done up with her big old hat, and I don't know what to call it.
I don't know that hat.
They're looking good. they look like two noir protagonists, and like with the lights of Shanghai behind them, it's like, man, that's just a good shot. It's colorful and like moody, kind of atmospheric, and we have our protagonists looking good, and it would be looking a lot better if it were Rachel Weisz, but so it goes. I don't know. That was cool. I love Shanghai. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever we get here, whether it's like Indiana Jones or anything else, like my interest in the movie ramps up a little bit, you know,
right.
just purely on where we are and when we are. That's something.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. I pulled out a quote. Sorry.
No, hit me.
I was looking through my notes here, just to return to the Jonathan point really quickly. He sums it up. He sums up his character, the one you shared about like looking at Shangri-La and like, oh, I could build a casino here. Like, yeah, okay. It's people like you, actually. The communists are going to win this one.
Yeah.
And thank God sometimes, because like you motherfuckers, they need to drive you out of the country. And if you're still here, when they take the seat of power, they need to put you out on the pig farms for re-education for like a solid decade, because you fucking gotta go. Capitalist pigs coming in here, carving up. You're looking at Shangri-La and you want to build a fucking casino. Get you out in the fields. You're gonna learn the way. Yeah, he's stuck in traffic and he's like, it's Chinese New Year. Don't you just love this country? They have so many little extra holidays and drinking is mandatory. It's that was a line like, you are the encapsulation of the people I fucking hate and see from time to time. Saw a lot of them in China. Saw a lot of them in Shanghai, like out of bars. Just like,
yeah,
you are the worst. Why? You just so condescending, you know? The imperial hubris that kind of like leeches down into people. And if they don't learn to get rid of that or like drive that out of themselves, they bring it with them abroad. And they just turn an entire country and culture into like a playground for their adventurous fantasies.
I mean, yeah, anytime condescending an entire group's holiday. They have little holidays here and there. It's like, fuck
little
you,
holidays.
Dude.
So many wonderful little holidays, these people. You know, fuck off, man. God damn it.
There he is.
Pissing me off.
Hey, bud, I missed you. You're back.
No, I mean, that's the thing. This movie made me feel some things. You know what I mean? Like, I was engaging with it on that level. I was attentive to these things. This isn't a criticism of the movie. Well, it kind of is, because they don't intend for me to feel the way I feel about that character. They want me to just look at him as fun comic relief, I think. Like, there's no way that everything I've said over the past 10 minutes is it in any way intentional. I don't see how that could be the case. But I found
the entire time this whole movie was just covered in fascist subtext.
This is all just it's a clarion call to the proletariat. We're gonna rally around the Mummy 3.
Yeah. I fucking knew it, man. I knew it.
We're
the
gonna
whole time.
topple the imperial regime. We're gonna topple the Western and capitalist pigs and drive them out. And then we are not gonna fall victim to fascism. We are gonna just band together as workers.
Terracotta workers.
So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I was noticing and thinking about in the first half of the movie. The potential. And also just enjoying Mad Dog McGuire.
I'm just looking at how long we've been going, and you just said the first half of the movie.
I don't have much to say about the second half, but I love Mad Dog, man. He's great. Again, Liam Cunningham, just incredible. On screen. He's their pilot. I love like the scene of them trekking off, and it cuts back to him in the plane, and he's like cooking something up in a wok, and he's like sipping from his flask, and then he just pours his flask into what looks like a wok full of bean sprouts.
Looks like it, yeah.
What is he eating? Okay, there's a moment in this movie that made me laugh aloud, and
was it the Yeti field goal thing?
No, I don't like the Yeti. I know you do. No, it was the yak. They're like it's like panning around the plane, and all of our characters are in a plane now with Mad Dog, you know, and then just it cuts to Jonathan in the back, and just out of nowhere, he's just like saddled up. There's a big yak in the frame. Like, where did you come from? And it's so jarring. It got me.
I hate to burst your bubble.
Yeah.
That conversation he has with Doreen, I think, is the name of the yak. Doreen or Dolores. He names the yak. That's almost the same exact conversation he's had with a camel in a previous movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the conversation. It was really like, it was just
the yak being
on a purely visual level. Like, oh, yak? What? It wasn't even although, actually, the very next scene when they have the turbulence and he's like holding the sick bag up to the yak's mouth, that kind of got me too. Yeah, the actual, when it vomits everywhere, like when the actual punchline of the whole setup here, where like it cuts back again and he's covered in vomit, and it's very nasty. And it's like, oh, the yak. Like, that's not what does it. It really is just like the initial, like, wait, there's a yak. I still think it's funny. The scene where he's like around the fire with it's just Jonathan and the yak, and he's like, you're a little bit hairy, but I don't mind that. I'm just like, is Jonathan about to try and fuck this yak?
I thought it, yeah.
Yeah. It is low.
Okay, so at the end of Mummy 1, I think, Evie and Rick get a kiss as like the closing thing, and then it pans over to Jonathan, and he's got his arm around a camel, and he's like, how about you give me a little kissy wissy? And it's like,
oh my God, yeah.
Maybe Jonathan, hey, whatever, man.
I'm bitching about him already, like trying to like just go to different cultures and be like an exploitative expat, and now it's like, oh yeah, and you're here for the fucking animal sex trade or something. Like, what are the limits? What are the depths of your depravity, Jonathan? Seriously.
Hey, Brandon, I don't think anybody thought about it, but nobody's thought about the subtext that you're finding in this film.
Okay, they definitely. He's coming onto that yak.
Sorry,
yeah, he's coming onto that.
I hate
yak.
to say it. Yeah, no,
I'm
absolutely.
not reading into that.
Oh God, this fucking
I'm about
thing.
to yak. It's okay. Okay, because look, you have that. I think it's almost the same scene. I think it is. It's like interspersed. You have Alex that has a conversation with his mother about his romantic encounters and how many he's had.
I hated this so much.
Right after that, then I think you have Jonathan and the yak shit. Then we go to we're getting ready for the final battle, sort of. Like, it is an extended series of encounters, but they're basically tinkering with their loadout, and Alex and Rick are comparing their firearms, and it's like father and son, comparing the size of their firearms and the length of the barrels, and talking about, the size,
stamina,
the stamina.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious, euphemism. And it's like, dude, you gotta stop talking about sex with your parents. Like, this.
I hated this. I hated every second of it.
I don't like it. But you do like the Yeti, who show up right after that.
Yeah, I do.
And they kick a dude into the stone gate and treat it like a field goal. And then they literally have the one Yeti raise his arms like, it's good.
Yeah.
Field goal. And the other one does this little arm fist pump in front of his face, like, yes, got it.
Okay.
And, that's like, it's the degree of Agent Smith, like the bowling pins, and is that the Matrix Reloaded?
Yeah.
It's one of the Matrix sequels. Like,
it's Reloaded.
Why? Like, if you're gonna get that fucking dumb, then you have to
be dumb the whole time.
Have moments like that fucking stupid, because then it just sticks out. Like, it's been a goofy ride, but then it's like, you just gave up. Like, you just don't give a shit, do you?
Yeah, no, we just don't care anymore.
Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody cares. Yeti doing field goal.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Here's the other thing, too.
Oh, God. No, nothing.
The whole time, it's what I've said I've liked, right? Like, we're revisiting these characters that are... They're getting older, and they're kind of bored with their, modern existence in life, and they want to recall their past glories, and we're told again and again about how Rick is like... He's the mummy expert. He's done this many times now. He knows what he's doing.
Twice, in fact, yeah.
Yeah, 2 whole times. And they're going into this final battle, whatever, and they're preparing their loadout. And like, what is your plan? Like, we're just going to shoot it a lot. Like, that's your plan? That's all you got? Just shoot it a lot? And it has worked, but like, you don't have a strategy. Like, he doesn't have any sort of like, okay, I want us to like do a pincer strategy and you come around this and like, I'll stealth in through here and then we're going to trap it. Like, there's no thought into the actual plan. It's just like, when they show up, we shoot them.
Yep.
And it's actually his son that gives him pushback. Like, again, nobody gave a shit. Like, we don't have any thought of this climax, like how to actually set anything interesting up. We just shoot the things when they arrive.
You could have told me that that's what the writer's room looked like for this movie, and I would have been like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, probably. One last thing from me about the end of this movie, and it is the difference in stakes.
Yeah.
At the end of Mummy Returns, the armies of Anubis rise from the sands, and they're about to fight, like, the Magi. And it looks like millions of these things are coming. Millions of these things are coming. This movie, there were maybe 100 dudes. And that's what we're supposed to be afraid of. Like, come on. Like, the last...
but they're made of terracotta. Doesn't that fill you with
last
dread?
time they were big, heaping, muscular dog men with giant scythes and shit. It felt so much lesser than.
Yeah, it's much lesser than. In that final battle, we have numerous moments where like, oh, what are our heroes going to do? You don't actually feel any stress because plot armor.
Not at all.
You just know this is going to shake out. And they don't even try to contrive any. They just keep having like Rick and Evie sort of retreat and like no regrets, but it's like all empty because you're not feeling any stakes. But they have a series of like other peripheral characters kind of swoop in the nick of time and shoot, a terracotta warrior before it gets them. Or one of them is Mad Dog coming up with the plane, and Jonathan is unloading his gun into the ranks of the terracotta warriors and exploding them into little clay shards, right?
There's also a second plane, but we have no idea who's flying the second plane because they die. They don't even show us who's in the second plane. There's just we don't even meet a second pilot in this movie. Who's in this second fucking plane?
It's Rachel Weisz.
Yeah,
that's why they couldn't get her. Yeah. He's letting her rip, unloading, and he says, "Die, you mummy bastards, die." And I can't believe it wasn't until now, but it was that line where I stopped. I actually paused the film. Question: is there a single mummy in this entire movie?
You're goddamn right, there's not.
By the definition of mummy, no. You could try and stretch that definition to encompass our Jet Li Emperor character, maybe. But the terracotta warriors are terracotta. They're not. But they're corporeal.
Also, yeah, they're dudes inside the terracotta.
But the terracotta warriors weren't actually, like, they're hollow, right? They're just exploding into...
No, they're supposed to be dudes in there.
Well, the real ones aren't, right? The actual ones that are buried in Xi'an are just like sculptures.
Right. Yes.
Like,
but these in this movie,
or whatever.
They are supposed to have dudes in them. Because remember, when the Emperor is turning into terracotta in the very beginning, all of his soldiers start to weep clay.
Right.
And they begin to transform as well.
But when they're shooting them into little terracotta shards, like, I'm not getting the sense that there's anything inside. There are no innards. Like, they just turned into clay sculptures.
Hey, bud.
But I guess that is kind of the... Yeah.
You're looking for attention to detail in a movie that we have discussed. Nope. Not
Maybe
that.
That is kind of like a mummification process. It's a magical terracotta mummification process, because the whole thing about mummification, right, is you're removing the internal organs and fluids. And I guess it kind of has done that, right? And turned the flesh into terracotta.
Remove the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no body left to mummy, but I guess it's kind of essentially maybe they... Oh, man, am I wrong? Do I have to retract my point? Are they all mummies?
I think this is an anti-fascist statement going toward the terracotta fucking mummies.
Do I have my
No.
Sansevieria and money tree currently planted in a couple of mummies over on by the balcony where it gets the most sunlight in my apartment?
When I was in third grade, I made a little rhinoceros mummy that I put in a kiln.
That's cute. I made a mummy pot holder for my mom's crock pot.
Nice.
And I glazed it teal because that's her favorite color.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was kind of uneven and it eventually broke under the strain.
Right. Just weird you gave your mom a mummy, but hey, whatever.
She is my mummy.
Yeah, I knew it was fucking coming.
Okay. Speaking about dialogue that might piss us off, I have one final point about Alex. I fucking hate Alex. I don't know if I hate Alex more or less than Jonathan. I think Alex is worse because of his just like fratty energy.
He is Chad. He is next level Chad.
Like if this weren't 1946, and honestly, like it wouldn't have given me positive. So like he should be walking around in, like boat shoes and like
I was gonna say
and like a Vineyard Vines tee.
Yeah, his dad owns a yacht. Yeah. He's that guy.
Oh my god, the swagger and the self-confidence, the arrogance, I should say, that he walks around in that initial scene of like the excavation scene, just like throwing out the most broken fractures of Chinese. It's just like you are way too high in your own supply to be throwing out this poorly enunciated half a sentence right now. There actually the scene, I had to like rewind it several times. Like I'm not missing this, right? Like I haven't studied Chinese in a while. It's been a while since I lived there, but like, shit, I'm blanking name. Mama Witch, Miss Yo, what's her name? Do you remember?
Not from the movie. I know her real life name.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh. I don't know her movie name.
I forgot, but her, yes.
Yeah.
Lynn's mother. Okay. So when they get to Shangri-La and like Rick has been mortally wounded, right? He's like hanging on by a thread. Alex comes up to her and is like, I beg you, my father is dying. And he gets to like, well, Fuqian. He basically says like, my father, and then just kind of exhales. My father. And the subtitles like, my father is dying, I beg of you. It's like, you didn't even finish the line, bud. And I kept going back, like, maybe I'm missing it's under his breath, but he literally just kind of like gives up. Like halfway through the line.
I would like to bring
up. The subtext is my father trails off. Yeah.
Save him. Yeah. I would like to bring up that Rachel Weisz and Patricia Vasquez trained for 5 months for a single fight scene, and he couldn't finish his fucking line.
I mean, like that kind of works. Like my father is like, okay, you haven't given her all the necessary information here. Your father is what? Your father is here. Your father is great. You love your father. You talk about sex with your father. Like, what's the deal? But you could maybe, I don't know, intuit something. But the subtitles did seem to, unless he was really like saying the rest under his breath. Like I couldn't hear it, and I was listening intently. But he does break out the Chinese one more time with like the final, when he finally confronts Jet Li, that one last time when he confronts the Emperor. But and he does seem to get his whole line out there, I think.
Right.
But yeah, I the whole relationship with Lynn, like you found a way to make Rick and Evie like frigid, and then here we're just like an absolute zero. Like it's negative.
There's nothing there.
Chemistry. The constant condescension. Like at one point he says to her like, I think I have a little bit more experience with mummies. It's like, dude, literally her family has been guarding this tomb for centuries. Like she's in the lineage. It's her country and her culture and her history, and it's her job that she was born into. And you come in here, you dealt with mummies like once as a child and accidentally, like, I don't know, stumbled into some, I don't even remember.
They're not mummies.
How helpful he is.
So
yeah, there's
your
also
experience is moot. Get the fuck out of here. They're not mummies.
Again, but the subtext is the Western
mummies.
imperial hubris as we come in and just think
Mummies.
that our experiences elsewhere are applicable to, it's just like us and then the rest of the world, right?
Right.
It's us and then everything else is a mummy.
Okay.
Everyone in this movie sucks. Everyone sucks.
I find it very funny that I talked for like 20 minutes about the desecration of character, and you're talking about Western imperialism and fascism. It's just, this is, fuck, dude, this is a distillation, if I've ever seen one.
Oh, man. All right, I don't have anything. I think the final thing I had a note here is the final scene with Rick and Evie, where they all bring it back together, right? Like, back to that, they call back to her initial scene of doing her book reading. So I guess Dash and Scarlet have their next adventure. Why write about it when you can live it? It's like, Evie, because you're beholden to a 3-book contract. They gave you an advance. Like, you actually have to write this book.
Also, hey, so no character growth by the end of the movie? Just checking. Cool. Just wanted to make sure. All right, awesome.
Yeah, no. Because it's just the stepping stone to Mummy 4. It's setting everything. It's putting everyone in place for that. That's what we're really heading towards. It's all for that.
Yep.
So hey, in the first half, I was thinking about history. I was thinking about political movements.
Oh no.
I was thinking about what this movie has to say about our own time and the forces at work in our own culture and the frightening trends we're seeing in much of the world. In the second half, as I was not enjoying the Yeti, you know what I was thinking about?
Mummies?
Golden Corral and their chocolate fountain.
A fondue. All right, cool.
I went searching, like, is that thing still, because like that just looks like a rapid bacteria deployment device.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've never actually experienced one. I've only seen them. Have you ever had the joy of eating?
Yeah.
How is it?
I think I got sick.
Okay. That tracks because
I mean, it was delicious at the
like,
time, but I'm pretty sure I got ill the next day.
Okay. Well, I wonder if you would try any of these things. So I just like searched like, hey, Golden Corral chocolate fountain. And then I kind of fell down like a Reddit rabbit hole of just like people talking about Golden Corral chocolate fountains for a little bit. Here are a couple favorite comments I found.
Okay.
I once saw a kid put a piece of pizza in one of those things. I dunked cotton candy into the waterfall like a boss. Reply to that one. A marching band went to GC during state and nearly everyone did that. This actually happened on the way back home from a band competition. We also tried it with corn.
With corn.
With
awesome.
Corn. The manager came out and gave us a lecture. Here's another one. I worked at a company that rented these out and then ran them at events. I saw many people dunk their hands into the chocolate, and quite a few that would actually try to lick/catch the chocolate in their mouths.
Yeah.
Also, we recycled all of the chocolate until it began to stink. The chocolate was just basic chocolate mixed with vegetable oil. It started out as large bags of chocolate chips, which would then melt because the chocolate fountain has to heat it to prevent it from solidifying. Basically, we would just dump it into a plastic bin and let it re-solidify, then melt it again the next time around.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense. It's gross.
Here's another one.
But makes sense.
Seen a kid stand near one of those for 10 minutes, just sticking his hands into it and then licking his hands. Parents didn't give a fuck.
God.
I once saw a kid put the chocolate into his pockets.
Awesome. That kid is a star. Legend.
Repeated this about 3 times before his parents stopped him. And the last one, it was just like, I finally found someone who posted a video. I don't know if this was actually at a Golden Corral. I couldn't tell. It was one of these chocolate fountains, somewhere public, and it was basically like fucking chili, just slopping up and splattering down. And apparently water got into it, and if that happened, you get like doo-doo fountain.
Awesome.
It's nasty. I wanted to throw up, so I had to share that nastiness with you. And
you know what? You're a
there
good
it
friend.
is.
Yep, you're good friend.
Just to be clear, there were worse stories that I left out because they initiated.
It was
my gag
Reddit.
reflex.
I'm sure there were some really bad stories.
Yeah, take it all with a grain of salt. Maybe everyone just kind of wanted to do a Golden Corral pile-on and just make a bunch of shit up. Maybe none of that's true, but I feel like it's true. Like whether or not those events were witnessed, they have occurred. in America.
Sure.
Numerous times.
People
Golden
are
Corral.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I have not been to Golden Corral since I was a child, but when I went last, I also got sick.
Cool.
Which is why I never went back.
High fives. glad we're both
they didn't
there.
have the chocolate fountain back then, but I don't know. Maybe it was like the undercooked chicken or the frigid slice of ham or, whatever it was.
It was something gross. Yeah.
It was something gross. So, okay. You hate this. I think if I weren't watching it for the first time and had watched The Mummy recently, I would be closer to you.
Yeah, definitely.
But because I never want to see this again.
No.
And I was I was starting to have trouble. Again, I was very attentive for the first half. Back half, I was like really ready to go. Like, oh man.
So, do you want to hear something that sucks really bad, real fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how I watched it and I didn't have subtitles because I asked my buddy to send me his copy?
Yeah.
I owned the DVD. I own this fucking thing. I owned it the whole time.
Why did you watch it? Why did you watch it the way you watched it? Did you forget?
Because I forgot. Yeah.
That's
after
fair.
after I had finished it, I was like, man, I wanna watch the regular Mummy, the real Mummy. And I'm like,
yeah.
What is this red box that says Mummy Tomb of... God damn it!
Part of me was going to ask, like, oh, is it down on, like, the shame shelf? Like, you have a lot of DVDs and, like,
Yeah. No, there's no shame
Some of
self.
those you just
it's all
put,
it's
like,
all a
out
shame
of
self.
the eye line. Yeah, but again, you would have the Mummy up to a position of prominence, I'm sure. And
absolutely,
you wouldn't separate the third movie from the first two movies. Like, that's...
No.
That's like the person,
sacrilege.
again, going back to our mythical, I mean, they exist, I'm sure. Just like all the Golden Corral stories are probably true. If they're not true, they're still kind of true. The person who only watches the Two Towers and then just like calls it a day.
Yeah.
That's no other Lord of the Rings experience. And like the person is like, oh yeah, I got the Mummy and the Mummy Returns over here. And then 2 shelves over at the bottom, there's the Mummy 3.
Honestly,
I see no reason to keep them together.
I kind of see no reason to keep them together.
Yes, but then also, no, they can't be done. You can't.
Yeah, no.
You cannot do that.
That's bad. It's bad.
No. Okay. Movies bad. I always love like, can I have a hot take on this? Can I actually come in here saying this movie's good? I can't. No, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad. Actually, you know what? I was going to jump into IMDb reviews, but that's a kind of a different segue. I got something else first. Do you want to do some reviews or do you want to do a game?
Let's do a game first.
Okay, so you don't like the movie. It's number 3 in a franchise, last in a trilogy. Those movies in that spot aren't known for being the best. Usually not the highlights of a franchise. So I thought we could do a quick lightning round. I'm just going to run down through, I think I have like 40-something here. Number 3s in movies. Either the end of a trilogy or sometimes the franchise continued on afterwards. But you just tell me, would you rather watch The Mummy than this movie or not? Like, is The Mummy preferable?
Like, you mean The Mummy, like, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor?
Yes, as in Mummy 3, Tomb of the Dragon. Okay. Like, does it beat out the movie I'm listing? Is it a better viewing experience?
Okay.
I kind of want to see how this ranks against other 3s.
Okay.
Numerically.
Okay.
You know? So just lightning round, say the name of the movie that you would rather watch. Mummy 3 or The Bourne Ultimatum?
Bourne Ultimatum.
How about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban?
Oh, Azkaban. Yeah.
Army of Darkness.
You know the answer to that one, Brandon.
Yeah, I do. I know some of these. Darkman 3.
Oh, is that Die Darkman Die? Yeah, Darkman 3.
Rocky 3.
I don't remember it, so...
Okay, we can have a category for didn't know. We'll just strike it. Yeah, no answer?
No answer.
Mission Impossible 3.
Mission Impossible 3. Yes.
RoboCop 3.
This.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Bill and Ted. It's bad, but it's fun bad.
The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Come on.
I know. I know some of these, but...
Yeah. Return of the King, definitely.
How about The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, though?
Still Hobbit, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
Pee-wee's Big Holiday.
This. Big Adventure? Definitely.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
Holiday,
no, Big Adventure,
not so much.
But
yeah.
that's not the movie. Riddick.
Oh, fuck. Riddick.
Transformers Dark of the Moon.
This.
Friday After Next.
Don't remember.
Little Fockers.
This.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Back to the Future 3.
Oh, yeah. Back to the Future 3.
Men in Black 3.
Men in Black 3.
D3, The Mighty Ducks.
Oh, no. That's real bad. But the other two, it's like this. The other two were so good.
I don't think I ever saw this movie.
This.
Yeah. The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
Godfather Part 3.
Godfather Part 3.
John Wick 3.
John Wick 3. Yes.
Hangover 3.
Oh. Maybe this.
All right. Mummies not doing well, but hanging
Not
in there
surprising.
Inferno.
This.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
This? Mummy?
Yeah.
All right. Brendan beats Tom. Yeah,
Always.
actually, yes. Well,
No.
always.
Not always.
No, actually,
Not
never
always.
been, no. Although, ooh. Brendan Fraser and Encino Man or Tom Hanks on that island in Castaway. Both looking good. Brendan's more of a hunk, for sure.
Yeah.
But
We may have to do a bracket.
Yeah. Pin in that.
Yep.
Pin in that. Austin Powers and Goldmember.
Gold member.
Really? Okay. Actually, yeah, me too. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Sorry. Just remembering. Oh, fuck.
This is actually
so
kind of illuminating because, like, when I made the list, like, oh, yeah, no, I think The Mummy's going to beat some of these. But then actually, when I stopped to think about it, I'm not just, like, dropping films onto a list. Like, oh, wait, no, what? Would I rather sit down for Austin Powers 3 or Mummy 3? Like, yeah, obviously Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Again, not a good experience, but...
No, but better.
For sure. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Rick Moranis, yeah.
Really? You're going, okay. Johnny English Strikes Again.
This.
Major League. Back to the minors.
Oh, no, this. Another case like this one. I love the first two. The first two are two of my favorite sports movies of all time.
I didn't know this movie existed. I was just looking through lists.
It's really bad.
Speaking, so to that point, movies I didn't know existed. You probably haven't seen this. Oh, maybe you have. I don't know. Granddaddy Daycare.
No.
Granddaddy Daycare.
No, I haven't seen it.
I've never seen Eddie Murphy's Daddy Daycare. Didn't know there was a second one, Daddy Day Camp. Let alone number 3, Granddaddy Daycare, starring Danny Trejo.
I'm interested now.
Got to put you down for a no, but maybe lean in Granddaddy Daycare.
I was going to say, that's some like kindergarten cop sort of stuff, but with Danny Trejo. I'm in.
Where are we? Look Who's Talking Now.
Look Who's Talking Now.
Talking.
Yeah.
Yeah? Wow. All right. Big Mama's House 3, like father, like son.
This.
That didn't take long. All right.
Wow.
Mummy still got it. Taken 3.
Taken 3. Where no one is taken.
It's fine. There are no mummies.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians 3. Definitely.
Day of the Dead.
I don't remember. The Dead movies blur together for me, so I don't remember which one.
Day of the Dead, they have like the the zombie they've captured, and it's like they're kind of getting it to learn speech and training it a little bit. Like that's part of the movie.
Yeah, this teaching zombies
Really?
speech is I'm good.
I like Day of the Dead, but where that thread eventually leads is Land of the Dead, where we just have like marching armies of zombies, like hollering.
Oh,
and
right.
underwater.
That's the one that I was thinking of. That's absolutely
I think it's Land of the
rough.
Dead. Just like a certain idea is like fine at its conception, and then you take it, you expand upon it to its natural culmination. Like, oh, this is a very bad idea. Where this leads is too goofy. I'm out. Gonna stretch it a little bit with these next three. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, no. Revenge of the Sith, Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Definitely Return of the Jedi.
Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker.
Maybe this.
I would rather watch this. I
haven't
think about that one.
I haven't rewatched that one since it came out, so.
Me neither. Don't want to watch either one of these ever again, but if I had to choose. Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause.
Santa Claus 3.
Oh man, all right.
If it's the Christmas season, asterisk. If it's Christmas season.
Yeah, what if it's the mummy season?
Then it's the
When
mummy.
are mummies in season? It's not horror, so we can't say around Halloween. It's too goofy. This is like a summer blockbuster, right?
Yeah, it was released in August.
July, Christmas in July.
And Mummies in
Santa
July.
Claus 3? Mummies in July. Are you going Mummy or Christmas in July?
I'm going to go Mummies. Mummy.
Okay. Did I just record that one? I might have just fucked up the count. I don't know if I wrote that or not. We might be off by one.
Cool. It's not going to matter.
Confusion goes to the Mummy.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 3.
Rush Hour 3.
Dumb and Dumber 2, which I almost didn't count because it's 2, but you have the prequel when Harry met Lloyd, so let's count it.
Dumb and Dumber 2?
Triple X, Return of Xander Cage.
Triple X, Return of Xander Cage. Yes, please.
Superman 3.
Is that the one with, I think this.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3.
X-Men 3.
Oh, you're a fucker. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. This.
Ooh, okay. Final score is 27, not Mummy. 14 for Mummy.
That's not
3,
bad.
I don't know.
It's not bad.
Yeah, we got about like half.
Yeah.
Half.
Did better than I thought.
I mean, there are a lot of good movies in that list. Like, I was trying to weigh it more towards the bad, but when I was going through it, like, there are a lot of good 3s, actually. It's easy to, like, just sort of top of mind movies. Like, 3s are always bad, but no, they're not, actually. A lot of good 3s.
Yeah. Some of those.
Like, most of these are not a favorite, and some, like, a lot of them are real dog shit, but, like, I don't know. I think Mission Impossible 3 is maybe my least favorite Mission Impossible.
2 is my least favorite, I think.
Take. 3 is a better movie, but I like 2.
2 is more fun. 3 is a better movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of like the John Woo silliness.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't think I've seen it since I was like a teenager, so I wonder.
Yeah.
Let's revisit it. Hey, we do a show where we do things like that.
I was going to say, hey, let's do it. Put a pin in that with our bracket for Tom Hanks and Brendan Fraser.
At the risk of not making this too long, I did find a couple reviews here to share some other thoughts on The Mummy. Because not everyone feels the way we do. But someone feels exactly the way you do.
Okay, awesome.
This is from Zebek Roy, August 2nd, 2008. 10 out of 10.
The day after it was dropped.
I loved the Yeti.
Perfect. Succinct. Perfect.
Well, no, that's the heading.
Oh, shit.
there's Brendan Fraser, Jet Li, Maria Bello, Michelle Yeoh in this movie, but there's also the Yeti. Big white creatures with warm blue eyes.
Uh-oh, we got a Jonathan. We got a Jonathan on our hands. He's going to fuck the Yeti.
We kind of do. Big white creatures with warm blue eyes. I can't. I was even thinking, like, we just finished the game, like, already the episode is running kind of long. Like, maybe we don't need to read the reviews. And I looked up, like, oh, no, we have to read the reviews. IMDb tells me that their grunts and stunts were the courtesy of Michael Schreier and Scott Taylor. Man, when I was coming out of Cinema City, Krakow in Poland yesterday to find an excuse to get back my 19.5 Polish zloty back, which I had paid for the tickets for the 19:30 p.m. Friday show, only the image of the big white kind Yetis brought back a sense of moderation in me. So I sacrificed my 1950 zloty for the 10-minute Yeti experience in this movie and give it a 10 out of 10 for the remarkable prowess in this movie. No, I'm sorry, the remarkable prowess this movie has shown in terms of wasting money of the producers, talent of the actors, and money of the patrons. Brilliant. And man, I love the Yeti.
Does he not know what a 10 out of 10 means? Oh, does he mean 10 out of 10 minutes? Yeah, 10 out of 10 minutes of Yeti.
I almost thought about complaining to the point where I get my admission money back that it paid.
But then I just see those warm blue eyes.
Those warm blue eyes. I love the Yeti in blue.
Yeah,
it was No, it was the frigid, cold Happy Meal.
It was the cold Happy Meal. Oh, Christ.
Hey, here's one from a friend of the show. Rest in power.
What?
Roger Ebert.
Oh, yeah.
Every time we give him a sense of, like, we remember him with a certain gravitas.
Yeah.
It's nice to remember that he wasn't above titling review something along the lines of, "Tomb it may concern." Tomb.
Awesome.
It may concern.
Awesome. No notes. Perfect.
This is from... No, you don't argue with the greats.
Nope.
This is from his Tomb of the Dragon Emperor review, but I, as it happens, have time to waste and cannot do better than to quote from my review of The Mummy 1999. There is hardly a thing I can say in its favor, except that I was cheered by nearly every minute of it. I cannot argue for the script, the direction, the acting, or even the mummy, but I can say that I was not bored, and sometimes I was unreasonably pleased. There was a little immaturity stuck away in the crannies of even the most judicious of us, and we should treasure it. He gave it 3 stars.
Holy shit.
The same that he gave the original Mummy. He certainly treasured that
hurts me. That hurts me. That really hurts me. It was the Yeti. He saw those warm blue eyes, and he just Roger Ebert loves that Yeti.
This one is just for you. I think I just need to read the first 2 sentences because you're not angry enough already. This is from P. Chow Ka, August 6th, 2008.
5 days after.
It should have been an Indiana Jones sequel. This movie was surprisingly good. I almost got the same excitement as I watched the Indiana Jones for the first time. This is definitely better than the second and third sequels of Indiana Jones, and it is the best Mummy for me.
I just got lightheaded. I'm not kidding. For a brief moment, I thought I was going to faint.
Maybe I should keep going. I enjoyed it as much as I did The Dark Knight. This movie is more than just Brendan Fraser. He is not bad in it. The story, special effects, and all the characters are very well done or composed. Not sure why so many people bash this movie. Go see it and judge it for yourself. The promotional clip did not do justice for this movie. It is much better. The scenery is beautiful. So is the young Chinese actress. Jet Li did a great job. The special effects of the terracotta warriors against thousands of zombies was spectacular with humor.
There were no thousands. There were no thousands.
It was spectacular with humor, though. It was very bad and funny and goofy.
God damn it.
I gotta get a little pompous for this next one. This is from Emperor Charming, August 10th,
Oh,
2008.
Christ.
A lot of
That's
very,
Alex.
like contemporary reviews here. They were on it. 10 years at imdb.com, and this movie finally elicited my first comment. A keen academic in the field of Egyptology, I watched the first 2 mummy films with schoolboy interest. I was not disappointed. Then, this film manifests itself in cinematic venues everywhere, necessitating my patronage due to my loyalty to the franchise. I won't go into detail here, but I will say that 20 minutes into the film, I was falling asleep next to my girlfriend, and I could barely restrain myself from leaving the sparsely packed theater. Now, I've been a member of IMDb for over 10 years, and I haven't commented more than once, but this film warrants my first ever negative post. Do not see this film. It has nothing to do with mummies, Egypt, or anything we all found so interesting in world history class in primary school. Love that we start with, I am an academic in the field of Egyptology, coasting off of everything I learned in primary school history class.
Yeah. Oh, that.
I like to think of myself as a keen academic in chemistry, biology, mathematics, basically all the courses I took in, 4th through 12th grade.
Yeah, all of those. Yeah.
I spent many years.
I hate that I agree with him on some things. That sucks. That really sucks, Brandon. That really sucks, my guy.
This one I just want to highlight the heading and the first line. This is from Arjun Swan, August 2nd, 2008.
Jesus.
The 804th best movie I've seen out of 859 movies I've seen thus far.
Okay. Sure, that sounds about right.
I'm just kind of impressed with that. That sounds exhausting, maintaining that list.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucks real bad.
Knowing, dropping I don't know, this is back in 2008. Was there any kind of app or website that would rank your score, movies that for ESA, maybe every time they're going to the cinema, after the fact, they're going back to their master list and thinking deeply about, would I rather, kind of what we did with the game just now, okay, where does Mummy 3 fit in? Yeah, I would rather watch it than, Granddaddy Daycare, but not more than Spider-Man 3, so I guess it's sitting right here at 804.
I don't, maybe there was an Angel Fire website or something, or a GeoCities, but nah. They had to do that by hand.
Here's one from Jason T. Just 1 star.
Yep.
November 9th, 2013. The food was gross. The staff was awful. The restaurant was nasty and dirty. The manager was trying to clean the ice cream machine. Then he took the same towel to scrub the carpet in front of the machine. Then took that same towel and was cleaning the counters.
You're a motherfucker. This is a Golden Corral, isn't it?
On the dessert bar. How nasty. I was wondering how far I could get before you.
I'm really sad I got it that fast.
Well, how about this one from Eric O, May 6th, 2020, recent one. Never before have I been to a restaurant where there was a whole slice of pizza on the floor in the aisle for the entire duration of my visit.
Awesome.
Chris F says, I went today for lunch. I was surprised to see breakfast still being served at 2 p.m.
Oh, no. Mistakes were made.
Oh, my God. Maybe one final one from Shan C, Atlanta, Georgia, July 13th, 2013. The food is not that bad. However, this place doesn't seem clean at all. Tables, chairs, and plates were sticky. When I went to grab a plate, a customer said, "You better pray over it first." The sad part of it was that she wasn't being funny.
She's either hyper religious or last time she was there, she got food poisoning.
If I'm a little out of it today, more so than usual, it's because I was up till nearly 2 a.m. reading Yelp reviews for Golden Corrals in various locations across America.
Awesome. We're doing a different podcast now.
Folks, we work hard on this show. If it's not clear, we put in a lot of work. This
we're
is a
gonna have
labor
to
of love.
We're gonna have to edit a lot.
This all stays in. Every word. That's all I have to say about Golden Corral. Don't source it. I got sick. You got sick. Stay away from the chocolate fountain.
Honestly,
did you source chocolate?
From that?
Chocolate's good.
Hell no. Yeah, chocolate's good,
No,
but
I
not
mean,
from
like
that
the
fountain.
idea of chocolate. This is an adaptation of chocolate cut with a substantial amount of vegetable oil and then funneled through a repository for child boogers and bacteria and pizza toppings.
Yeah.
But the original idea of chocolate is good.
Yeah, the original idea is good. And I honestly think, like, based on if I had only seen this Mummy, I would still probably watch the other two.
I think I would too, yeah.
Like, I would still source it even, and as a fan, definitely source it. But as someone just seeing this movie by itself, I would still source it. Brendan Fraser is a delight. In everything he does.
I think I would need someone to validate, like, oh, are the first ones better? And if someone were to tell me, like, oh yeah, their characters are better, they go for more of like a horrific action adventure as opposed to just like goofball comedy action. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely check it out because I liked enough here. There were enough compelling ideas and rich subtext. So much anti-fascist subtext. Yeah, and it also it piqued my interest because of my deep experience in Egyptology
in primary school.
Yeah.
So that's that. Moving on to housekeeping.
Yeah.
Please drop us an email at sourcenotfoundpod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on Yeti. You can find us on all this warm blue eyes. You can find us on all the social media at Source Not Found Podcast. We are on Facebook for reasons. Instagram, Blue Sky. You can also find us on YouTube, where you can hit up all of our previous episodes, as well as previous walkthroughs or gameplays of Brandon doing some of the games we've played for the podcast on Twitch, which moves us on to Twitch. Brando, what is it now? It's not Hideo Kojima anymore.
No, although I did just finish the Kojima game. I got a little behind on some stuff. So we did finish Police Knots recently. It was fucking awesome. I loved it.
Cool.
Kind of on a Sega Saturn kick right now. So I've been playing a lot of stuff. I set up an optical drive emulator in my Sega Saturn. So I've been really enjoying that. And playing stuff on original hardware on a CRT. So
super cool.
Sakura Taisen. And we're still doing our Medical Aid for Palestinians fundraiser through the rest of the summer. So the next goal, currently, as of recording, we're at £325 raised for the charity. If we get to 350, I have to play the Horse Girl game.
Cool. Can't wait to watch that.
Cannot wait for that experience.
It'll be awesome.
It's for a good cause. Yeah, also a new addition to the stream. If you come by anytime from now on, you'll hear the new theme song for the Twitch streams. I had Saint Coelacanth commissioned him for brand new theme song, and it is fucking rad.
Awesome.
It is so good. If you like the little taste you get, a little appetizer at the front of this show, settle in for around 2 minutes of, I'm telling you, man, it's fucking awesome. Check out Saint Coelacanth. Link down in the show notes. Link down in the show notes to my Twitch channel as well, twitch.tv/LegionBug, but definitely check out Saint Coelacanth. Amazing body of work, prolific musician, and I'm telling you, this commission, within like the 3 days, he had it done from just like us going back and forth and me throwing out some ideas for what I want to see. It's wild. It's wild. It's so good. But yeah. And it's also that time of the mummy.
Yep.
Our
beautiful patrons.
We love you so much. Thank you to Freddie Weaver Warhawk, 13th Horseman, Susie Daggs, Joey Bishop, and Jacob Spindell.
Friendship.
And as always, thank all of you for listening to us ramble and go absolutely insane about this stupid fucking movie. I don't know. Join us next time for more crazy shit, and don't forget to check your toilets for mummies, because apparently that's what toilets are too. I guess, because ceramics. Not terracotta, but close.
Yeah. And what is a toilet if not just a chocolate fountain?
Jesus
stay
Christ, come on, dude. You can't say that.
I wasn't trying to be too gross. I meant like
really you were not trying to be too gross by calling a toilet a chocolate fountain. Brandon, we've said some fucked up shit, man.
No, I meant to do it in reverse and call the chocolate fountain a toilet, which I think is less grotesque. Yes?
No, it's all bad.
Yes, that is my point. It's all bad.
You know
Stay away from the chocolate fountain at Golden Corral. Stay away from Golden Corral.
After all of that just happened, I need some warm blue eyes and some beautiful, warm, cuddly Yeti right now. And maybe a yak.
I need something edible. I need a certain degree of cleanliness. I'm going to Waffle House.
Scattered, smothered, covered, capped, baby.
What